Hey everybody, I am here to do an update on my slip lap band. I can't remember in my last video exactly where I left off, but I don't think I've shared this news yet. So I received a letter from my insurance company, and they did give the approval to have my lap band one of three things: repositioned, removed, replaced. So first thing would be if they can reposition it, then they're paying for that surgery for it to be repositioned. If he doesn't feel that it can be repositioned to his satisfaction, they'll pay to have it removed, and they'll pay to have a new lap band put in. So that was great news. I can't tell you how happy I was to hear that and what a load it took off my mind. So one way or another, I will come out of this, hopefully, unless there's just something really freaky they find out when they get in there. Eventually I'll come out with a new band. The questions to be answered along with that would be, okay, so will he be able to reposition it? He really won't know until he gets in there, and if I have my memory serves me correct, what he told me was that lap bands have about a 2% slippage rate. Of those few that slip, 25% of those can be repositioned. Don't quote me on that, but if I remember correctly, that's what he told me. So I am not banking at all that my lap band will be repositioned. In fact, he doesn't talk in those terms. He thinks my lap band should come out. We should wait 2 months at least, thereabouts, and then replace. And I assume he's basing replaceal on that there's no funky stomach damage done or anything like that. And I don't suspect that there is, but you never know. So my question to the letter was, okay, so if he has to take it out, they're going to cover it in the surgery, but he absolutely will not replace my lap band at the same time. He firmly believes that the stomach needs time to heal, and that it's just too messy to do it at the same time you take one out. So my question was, would they cover for me to have another surgery to go back and do it? And the insurance company replied back to my surgeon's office that they would if it was medically necessary to wait that long. So I'm counting on that they'll do that. So my surgery date is August the 24th. It's a Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning. And I'm expecting that when I come out of surgery, I will not have a lap band. That makes me sick, and I can't imagine 2 months without a band at all. But if it means that in 2 months I will have a new lap band, then I'm all for it. What do you do? I mean, I can't change that. So I know in the back of my head there's a remote chance that he can reposition it, but I'm not even really thinking about that at this point because I don't want to be disappointed. I guess I should find some comfort in that he doesn't want to just patch it over and do whatever he can to get by. He firmly believes that if you have a lap band, it should be in the best condition that it can be, and he's not going to have a patient walk around with a substandard band for two reasons. One, because it's not as effective, and two, he doesn't want any undue risk for damage to my stomach. I go for an appointment this coming Wednesday, which I'm not sure what that date is. It's exactly 1 week. Might be the 17th, I'm not sure. 1 week before my surgery appointment. So I'm going to make a list of questions that I feel like I want to ask him before I go into surgery. I know I have a lot. I think of them every so often, and I'm going to start writing them down as they come up, because just like right now I'm making this video and I can't think of what my questions are, and I don't want to get in his office and have a brain freeze like I have right now on what are my questions. I know one thing I'd like to know is, will he be able to tell by the way that the band is positioned in any way, shape, or form, be able to tell exactly what might have led to the slip. You know, what I'm wondering is, does one thing over another pull a certain direction on your stomach, and so by the way that it's pulled the most or whatever, will he be able to tell? I just really think that it goes back to the December 31st stomach flu incident, because I really, the troubles compounded after that time. Let's see, a recap on where I've come from. In February, right before I had my brachioplasty, I had fluid taken out of my band because I was going to be under general anesthesia for several hours, and I didn't want to risk any reflux, which I'd been having a problem with. So they took me down to, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was the first week of February, and I think it was down to 2 cc's. And had my surgery on my arms, and a few weeks later I went back in, and I can't remember if I got a fill at that time or not, but anyway, I think I did. I got a fill, and then I started complaining about reflux. I was only up to 3.25. Now keep in mind, that would have been the first time I'd had any fill, because all of January I stayed the same as I was when I had the flu, and I wasn't doing so great through that time period, so it was kind of a relief to get some fluid out and prep for my surgery. So I really think that from the 1st of January all through January, my band was screwed up from the flu. We just didn't realize how screwed up it was, because 1 month later we took the fluid down to the 2 cc's. So anyway, where am I? 2 cc's, go back in. I think he gives me a fill. I go up, somehow I get to 3.25 maybe, and I'm having the reflux, and so we do the swallow study. I see my surgeon. Most of the times I see the physician's assistant, the nurse practitioner. I actually see the surgeon, and we discuss the results, and he says, I'm taking all your fluid out. And he takes every single drop of it out. And that was in April. I saw him again since then. He would not put any more back in at all. I was hoping he'd put me back up to 2 or 3. So since February to March and April, I had 2 cc's. The past 4 months I've had 0. I'm going to do a total different video on what it's like to live without a fill and restriction for 6 months. But that'd be a different video, and I'm going to try and do that today while I am in the mood to do videos. But back to life with no fill, or no, back to slip band update. Let's see. I'm checking my notes to make sure I don't forget anything. Surgery's August 24th at 10:30. Insurance will pay. I will either come out of this surgery with a repositioned band or no band at all. I will not have a new band at this surgery. If I come out with no band, then the plan is in 2 months I get a new band. He hasn't talked to me about this. It's just my paranoid mind thinking, if he gets in there and my stomach's like all ate up and looks like hamburger, maybe he'll say you got to wait 3 months, or maybe you're not a band candidate. I don't know. That's just my crazy frame of mind that I'm in right now, screwing with me. And that's going to be something that I ask him on Wednesday when I go in for my pre-op appointment. That's all I can really think of that has to do. Oh, I did want to talk about this too, related to the slip band. I do not have pain, just in case anybody's out there trying to compare scenarios or whatever. I have absolutely no pain. So I just wanted to point that out. The only symptoms that I've had related to having a slip band was the reflux. That's what led me to get this checked out. Now keep in mind, for the past year I've had minor reflux, and I think that was because my band was too tight. It's not worth it, guys, if your band is too tight to live with the reflux. Reflux, as you've heard me say many times, especially night reflux. I didn't have it during the day. It was at night when I would fall asleep, and whatever muscles you have in here in your esophagus would relax. Whatever I had in my stomach, it was usually a liquid fluid. Once in a while, if I was stupid enough to eat late at night and had that in my pouch, as soon as it would relax, it would come up. When you're asleep, you choke, you sputter, you get all, choked up with it, and you can aspirate. What aspirate means is that the fluid or the food goes into your lungs. It can cause very serious infection, and if you get aspiration pneumonia, it's not good. So don't mess around with it. I am not a big drinker, but I always worried. I woke up pretty good when I would choke, but what if a person drinks a lot of alcohol and they fall asleep and they have reflux and they're too asleep to wake up, or take sleeping pills to help with sleeping? So it's dangerous. You can die, you can choke, you can die, you can aspirate, you can get pneumonia. Don't screw around with reflux. That was my only symptom, was the night reflux. And when I had some fluid taken out, it fixed it. I did have a time period where I did quite a bit of PBing, but it wasn't as significant as I hear a lot of people talk about with their PBing episodes. And I didn't PB at every meal. I remember, I don't know if my videos could tell me this, I should research. There was a time period, maybe about 4 months out, 5 months out, maybe it was after one of my fills, like my third fill or something. No, because I only had 2 fills for a long time. Anyway, I'm just rambling now, trying to figure this out, and this goes through my head all the time. But anyway, I think my issue was being too tight. The stomach flu, I think, threw me over the edge, with my band being tight at that time and having the flu. So that's my update, and I am extremely nervous, sometimes sick to my stomach. I'm so nervous about going through another surgery that I know possibly is going to lead to an additional surgery for replacement. And I don't know what to say about that, except it is what it is, and it's what I'm dealing with, and at this point I don't have a choice. So I don't know if I'll find out any new information about my slip band issue when I go Wednesday, or if it will be sort of like just a recap of everything him and I have already discussed. But if I learn anything new about slipped bands, I will do an update on slip bands. So that's it for this video, and I am going to do a video on what it's like to live with a no fill in your band for 6 months, and I will just say this, it sucks. Big time. So I will talk to y'all soon.